In this video, we're going to have a look at ordering fractions from smallest to biggest, and we're going to do this by converting them to decimals first. So let's start with the 7/10. The easiest thing to remember is that when we're dividing by 10, we're moving the decimal place one place back. So 7/10 is 0.7. Now, some of these other fractions you might recognise and you might be able to spot them as decimals automatically. But if you don't know what they are as decimals, you can use a division method. So let's try that with this next fraction, so 2/3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a division method and I'm going to divide the 2 by 3. Now, because I know this is going to be a decimal, I'm going to add some zeros onto the end of my number. So we start by saying how many 3s go into 2? Well, it doesn't go, so I'm going to carry the 2. And you can see I've just lined up my decimals as they are. Then I'm going to go 3s into 20. Well, 3 times 6 is 18, and that has a remainder of 2. And then I'm going to go 3s into 20 again. That gives me 6. So you can see there's going to be a pattern here, and that's going to keep on going. So this tells me that 2/3 is equal to 0.666 recurring. Next is my 3/5. So you might remember that 1/5 is equal to 0.2. So that means that 3/5 is equal to 0.2 times 3, which is 0.6. And 3/4 is equal to 0.75. So now we're going to have a go at ordering these fractions. So let's start with the smallest number. So we're looking in the 10ths column. So that's the first column in each number after the decimal point. So I can see that the 0.666 and the 0.6 both have 6 in the next column. So they are going to be smaller than the ones with the 7. So then I'm going to look in the hundredths column. Now, my 0.6 doesn't have a hundredths column at the minute, so what I can do is I can just add a 0 into there and make it easier to compare. So this tells me that 0.60 is smaller than 0.66. So that tells me that 3/5 is the smallest, followed by 2/3. So now I'm going to have a look at my next two numbers. Again, I can do the same thing. So I'm looking in the hundredths column, so I'm just going to add a 0 into my 0.7, and I can see that that tells me that 7/10 is smaller than 3/4. So we've written our numbers in order.